It's my pleasure to welcome you, my amiable viewers, to Literature Hub 247, a free online literature class. This video is about an African novel titled So the Pede Does Not Die, written by Pede Hollist. So the Pede Does Not Die is in the Waec 2026 to 2030 syllabus. Earlier on this platform, I've presented some videos on this novel, ranging from the plot summary to the chapter by chapter analysis, character analysis, the themes, as well as the narrative techniques. So if you need the link to those videos, just send your request to the comment section and the link will be sent to you. In fact, you need to watch those videos before you can understand what we are doing in this particular video. So this video is about a Waec-standard question. That is, this particular video is about a Waec-standard question, a Waec-style question, or likely Waec question and the answer. So this video will teach you how you are expected to answer Waec questions when it comes to literature in English. It will also deepen your knowledge of the text. It will reveal to you some hidden information about this text. Let me also tell you that I have an ebook titled Exam Ready that contains 200 Waec style questions and the answer. So at the end of this video, I'm going to tell you how you can download that ebook. I'll tell you that at the end of this video. So let's go to the classroom. Now the question says, discuss how the author uses setting to reflect the inner conflict of the protagonist. Discuss how the author uses setting to reflect the inner conflict of the protagonist. If you look at the question very well, you see that we have some literary devices mentioned in the question. So we have to explain those literary devices and relate the question to a relevant theme. We then go ahead and answer the question. Now the first device here is setting. Setting refers to the time and place in which a story takes place. It includes the physical environment, historical background, and cultural context. While conflict, on the other hand, is the struggle between opposing forces that drives the plot. The struggle between opposing forces that drive the plot. Conflict can be internal, that is within a character, or external, between characters, or between a character and society, nature, or culture. In So the Pede Does Not Die by Pede Hollist, both setting and conflicts are used to explore the theme of tradition versus personal freedom. So we see have another device mentioned there, that is the protagonist. The protagonist of a narrative is the most popular character in that narrative. That particular character is the most popular because everything that happens in the narrative is centered around that character. So let's continue. And So the Pede Does Not Die by Pede Hollist, both setting and conflict are used to explore the theme of tradition versus personal freedom. So we have related the question to a relevant theme there. So these are the guidelines you need to follow while answering literature English questions. The story's events occur in two major settings, Sierra Leone and the United States, which represent two different worlds with different values. The novel begins in Sierra Leone, a West African country with strong cultural traditions. Here, that is in Sierra Leone, girls like Finaba are expected to undergo circumcision, called female genital mutilation, FGM, as a sign of womanhood. It is after this that the woman will be recognized and accepted in the society. That is why it is important in Sierra Leone. This setting shows the pressure placed on individuals, especially women, to conform to cultural practices. It creates a traditional background that is central to the novel's conflict. Later, the setting shifts to the United States, where Finaba migrates in search of freedom and education. That is after she left Sierra Leone. This new environment is modern, individualistic, and open to personal choice. However, it also comes with challenges like isolation, racism, and identity confusion. These two settings reflect the theme of cultural conflict and the search for identity, as Finaba struggles to balance the values of her homeland with those of her new society. The major conflict in the novel is between Finaba and her culture, particularly the expectation that she undergo FGM. So it is that conflict that gives birth to the other conflict we have in the text. Her refusal causes tension with Baramusu, her grandmother, and society. This is an external conflict between the individual and tradition. Finaba also experiences internal conflict. Although she escaped to America, she is emotionally troubled. She feels torn between two cultures and is unsure of who she really is. She wants to be accepted but does not want to lose herself. This internal conflict shows the emotional cost of going against societal expectations. This conflict helps develop the theme of tradition versus personal freedom. Finaba's journey shows that breaking away from harmful customs is not easy. It comes with pain, rejection, and loneliness, but also with growth, healing, and self-discovery. And so the power does not die. Setting and conflict play important roles in revealing the theme of tradition versus freedom. The contrast between life in Sierra Leone and the United States helps the reader understand Finaba's struggles. Through both external and internal conflict, the novel shows how difficult it can be to challenge cultural norms while searching for identity and acceptance. Now about the ebook I told you about earlier, that is Exam Ready. The book contains 200 Waec-standard questions and the model answer, and is based on 2026 to 2030 Waec syllabus. So I'm going to leave the link in the description of this video for you to download. Also, if you are new on this platform, please try and click on the subscribe button and the bell icon so that you'll be notified whenever any video is produced. Like this video. You are free to share any of my videos on any social media platform. Invite your friends and colleagues to join us. If you have any question, do not hesitate to ask your question through the comment section and it will be attended to. You can also request for any of my videos from any of the texts in the 2026 to 2030 syllabus. Thank you. Let's meet in the next class.